In this video I'm going to give you a demonstration on how to clone a WordPress site using WP Master Clone in easy mode. It's really simple. First we're going to clone this site, which is our source site, to this site, the destination site. So I'll show you both them sites first. There's the first site. So there's the first site. And now I'll show you the second site that we're going to clone it onto. Now the destination site has to have a blank installed WordPress on it. So I'll just move that out of the way. And like I said, we're in easy mode. I haven't entered no other details apart from the WP admin for the source and for the destination. As you can see, everything else is as standard. So I'll start the stopwatch and then I'll press start clone and we will see how long it takes. There you go. It's obviously going to take a few minutes. While it's doing that, I shall just show you some of the other screens so you can see what features we've got in WP Master Clone. WP Master Clone was designed for both easy and advanced use. It's good for beginners and it's good for advanced users, as I'll show you now. This is the Pro version. In the standard version you will get Easy Clone and you'll get Advanced Clone, and in the Pro version you get an option to install WordPress, and you've also got Pro Clone mode. So let's see what's in Pro Clone mode. So Pro Clone mode has got different options. You can see it's got FTP details. Pro Clone mode will clone larger sites. The transport is a lot more reliable than Easy Clone mode. Easy Clone mode will clone site to site. Pro Clone mode, you can do things like you can create a clone only of the site. So you can clone your source site to your local computer. So you've got a copy on your local computer so you can use it as like a backup too. And then you can restore it at a later date. You've got restore only mode, which is for restoring clones that you've made previously. And you've got clone and restore together. Okay, and also in the Pro, we've got install WordPress. And that will basically install WordPress in cPanel as long as you have cPanel add-ons and the WordPress software installed in cPanel add-ons under blogs. If you haven't got that, the software will detect it and it will pop up a little URL that you can give to your host and ask them to install it on your WHM server. Okay, back to advanced mode. So you can see everything that's important, it's got little tooltips. So if you're not sure of a command or what something does, you can go to the little tooltips and you can have a look. It's worth familiarising yourself with all these tooltips and all the different options on the different pages. Okay, so we've got status messages, and as you can see at the moment it's creating the clone with 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes 40 into it. I'll keep the clock running and I will do it live so you can see it working live. There you go. So you can now see that the image has been created from the clone site and it's now preparing, ready to restore your clone on the destination. It's a lot easier than having to mess about with backups and restoring and logging into servers and all that palaver. This way is a lot faster. Some of the advantages are, for example, let's say you've got a server that's causing you problems, a hosting company that's causing you problems. You can run this on your WordPress sites, and then you can move it over quickly to either another domain, or if you put your domain on a new host, you can move it over to that domain without the help of the hosts. So if you've got some people who's got lazy support, you can do it faster than they would themselves. Okay, so we're just over 4 minutes into the clone at the moment. It does things like it will update your WordPress as well when it's cloning. And there's also options in the Pro that you can actually clean your database. That will remove lots of junk. If I just hover over that, you can see some of the things that it will actually clean up. So that's a really, really handy feature as well. You can choose different folders for your projects. And like I said, you can restore different projects at a later date too. You've got some useful information down here about your server. Okay, so we'll just hold on a second or two, and it shouldn't really be much longer now. Obviously, the larger the site that you're cloning, the longer that it will take. If you're cloning a site that's about 200-300 meg, then that will take less than 20 minutes, depending on the speed of your internet connection and the speed of your computer too. But on average, on a decent speed internet, it'll take less than 20 minutes. If you're cloning a site that's going to be about 1 gig, then you're looking more like an hour. Obviously, again, this depends on internet speed and computer speed. If you've got slow internet, then it's going to take longer than that. Okay, so there you can see the image is restored. So now what it'll do is it'll clean up everything, and then it'll be done shortly. So we're just about 6 minutes into it now. It is one of the easiest cloning tools on the market today. What it's doing now is cleaning all the clone files that it's made, and it's deleting the files that it's made, so you don't need the clone files on your servers. So it cleans up after itself. It's quite good. Any time now it should be finished. Should you ever need support while you're using the software as well, you've got the support button there. You can click that and it'll open our client area. In your browser, you've also got test FTP. Should you put your FTP details in and press test FTP and it fails, then let me just say that won't be a software issue. That will be an issue either your local. There you go, you can see the clone process is finished there, so we'll stop the timer. So that'll be if you did like, and it tests okay. For example, if I just change that now and then test that, it should fail. If it did fail, then basically it's not going to be a fault of the software. It's basically either a user error, a typo, it's your local firewall hasn't got the right ports open, or it's the firewall on your server or VPS. So obviously that's beyond the realm of our support. So if that did happen to you, then you're going to have to go to your host or your local admin to find that issue. But it's going to be probably your local firewall or your server firewall. There you go. So if it failed, it'd pop up a message. Okay, so the clone finished. So I'll just drag the window back over. And now if I press refresh, this should now be the same as the UBot add-on site that I was just cloning. And there you go. So if I open another tab, and show you, them sites are exactly the same. And if I go back to Sitemon Pro, refresh it, as you can see, them sites are exactly the same. So, I hope you've enjoyed the little demonstration. Thank you for watching, and if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to head on over to our client area. Thank you very much for watching.